Namaste. I'm going to talk about the Mukha Bhastrika in this short video and show an alternative for those who have some knee issues and therefore not able to perform it as it should be ideally performed from the Vajra Asana. Now, to give you some context, I've had some knee issues for the last year, and certain of the sitting postures have not been possible, or I can do them and then my knees hurt for about 2-3 days after the fact, which is obviously not very good. So I've experimented with different variations and different ways of performing the Mukha Bhastrika, and for me an effective way, and I found that for myself the best way has been from a standing posture. So I'll perform this, but before I do that, just want to remind you that the Mukha Bhastrika is a fundamental practice in the Gitananda tradition, and Swamiji reminds us that before we do any of the polarity kriyas that we're learning and exploring, we start always with the Mukha Bhastrika. So the obvious benefits to this Mukha Bhastrika is the emptying of the lungs, getting rid of stale air, which in turn reduces CO2 and therefore acidity in the bloodstream. But it also kind of opens up this whole breathing apparatus, which is one of the main ways we are able to absorb prana is through our breathing. And so starting with fresh lungs or fresh air in our lungs is going to be a fundamental starting point. And so that's one of the reasons why I thought this would be a good time to do it. And also I just came out of surgery and I'm still able to perform it post-op, which is great, and hopefully surgery will let me perform the Mukha Bhastrika from Vajra Asana, but if not, I would continue with this variation. So I'm going to perform it 3 times, twice facing forward and once from the side, and talk about a few more things after the demonstration. So I'll start the demonstration from a standing posture, from Samasthiti-asana, then I'll bend the knees as much as I can. Full in-breath, Aprakasha Mudra, Kaki Mudra, and then Mukha Bhastrika. So I'll perform this once. Breathing out, breathe in. Lifting up your head, breathing in. Roll your head up, breathe in. As I said, the 3rd time, I'm going to be performing it from the side. From there, you can leave your hands on your thighs. You can also slide them to the top of your feet. If you remember, after the Mukha Bhastrika, I usually perform the Dharmika Asana, and the hands slide and grab the feet, so you can do it in this way. You can also slide the hands underneath your feet. As long as you keep your balance, I would strongly suggest you keep your eyes open in this case to maintain balance from your semi-squat. And when you're ready, release your hands, place them back to the thighs, unroll your head, breathe in. Come back to Samasthiti-asana, and then you can do a slight bike bend. Blink your eyes if you're feeling a little lightheaded. And as you're breathing in, come back to standing posture. Now, for the explanation, or for the reason why I ended up performing the Mukha Bhastrika in this way, is as your knees are bent, it still creates compression in the abdominal and torso region. It also has the benefit of having at the end, as you're breathing out as much as you can, the air, your head is below your heart, so quite a few things that are very similar to what happens in the Vajra Asana. There's also this concept of Loma and Viloma that we've been working a lot on in multiple ways, and this includes isometric movements, so I'm bending forward, and so I'm not able to perform the Dharmika Asana, but I am still able to sort of have a closed energy circuit by connecting my hands to my feet. There's no pressure on the forehead or the top of the hair or the head or the hairline, but I guess that's okay given the restraints. And as you're bending backwards, instead of going to the Sutra Vajra Asana, also putting pressure on the top of the head, this is not happening, but you are stretching the spine both forward and backwards, creating balance. And also in terms of just giving a nice overall stretch to your body. So these are some of the benefits which are similar to what you would be performing after the Mukha Bhastrika, Dharmika Asana, and Supta Vajra Asana. And again, my focus is working on what I can do given the current physical situation with the knees. So hopefully this is somewhat helpful to some of you. And a final thought on this Mukha Bhastrika is that even a simple practice can be a great teacher. As in when you cannot perform an asana practice, it basically gives you an opportunity to kind of look at it from a different perspective. And in this case, not working against your body, but working with your body, even if your body is working against what you would like to perform. So that does give you a different an opportunity to basically adapt and adjust. And life is all about sweet adjustments. Your yoga sadhana has to be, or to a certain extent, has to include or integrate this aspect of finding that correct balance. I've shown this video to Dr. Nanda, so if you are seeing it, it means that he's approved what was in the video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.